Hi everybody! In today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this Anavrin Booknook train carriage modelling kit. So I was bought this as a Christmas present and it was such a surprise. It is something that I've seen on the internet before. It's been advertised to me, I think because I like miniatures and model making and crafting. I know that sometimes it affects the algorithms, doesn't it? And then you get those adverts that target you. So I had seen it on the internet before, but I didn't expect that someone would buy me it for Christmas. So thank you so much to that person. So I had put a picture of it on one of my previous videos and quite a few people had said they would like to see a video of it. So that is this video. So I started by opening up the box and it had a little thank you note inside it, and then it had the instructions. The instructions say that you need to provide your own glue, but most of the other things are provided in the kit. The instructions look really clear. They are step by step and with nice colourful pictures that are nice and big and easy to view. So in the box there are these little pictures which I'm assuming are like the backdrops and scenery. And then there are lots of wooden sheets where they look like they've had the pieces laser cut out of them, and they all have little numbers next to them to match the instructions. And as well as that we have little pouches that have the sort of motors in and electrics and elastic bands, so we'll see what they're for. This seems like a foil that's got bits cut out of it, and then we've also got some leather type material, and then what looks like more sheets of wood. So lots of things to put together. So I'm going to show you just the first little bit as I get started on it. I won't show you the full thing, otherwise we may be here for days. So the first step tells me which pieces to pop out of these wooden sheets, and then there are little arrows to show where I'm meant to push each bit onto. So let's see how it goes. So first of all, popping out the first bit from the wooden sheet was quite difficult. I had to put quite a lot of pressure down to pop it out, which did make me worry because I didn't want to break it. As I went through this, I did get more confident at popping these pieces out. I don't know if you can see there, but there's quite a rough edge. I did end up getting a nail file and using it just to sand down any rough edges. So when I was fitting my first two pieces together, I had to push really hard because it was a very tight fitting. Now I'm glad it's a tight fitting because hopefully that means it won't come to bits, but it does mean that it was quite difficult to push on. So I had to use all my strength to fit the pieces together. For some of the steps it does say to add glue. What I've done on those steps is push the pieces on first just to check that they're in the correct places, and then I tried sliding them back off to add the glue, but I actually found I couldn't slide them back off because they were so tightly fitting. So that's a good thing because it does mean hopefully it won't fall to bits, but actually it was very tricky to push some of the bits into place because they were so tight. Some of the bits are also very small and fiddly. At one point I did pop a little cog out and it flew over my shoulder and behind the chair, which was a little bit inconvenient, but I have found it now thankfully. So for this bit I had to cut an elastic band. I did wonder what the elastic band was for, and it said to glue it onto one of the pieces that I'd just put together. Now when I glued it, I did leave it for quite a long time to dry, but then when I used it for the next stage the elastic band pinged back off. I have glued it a second time and it does seem to be staying in place now thankfully. So I'm just using Yoo-Hoo glue, which is the glue that I've used for pretty much all of my miniatures projects. I found it a really good glue to use, but it does say in the instruction manual it does recommend the glues to use. Now can you see this little horseshoe piece? I accidentally snapped it. So I've put some glue on that and left it to one side to see if it will glue in the right place. It does say in the manual that you may be left over with some spare bits. I don't know that I will be left over with any of those horseshoe bits there, so I'll hopefully leave that to dry and it will be okay. But I do wonder whether actually if you contact them, I reckon they might send you spare bits, because some of the bits are really small and you do have to exert quite a lot of pressure to put them in place. But yeah, let's hope that bit will be okay. So these are the first parts that I put together. I became completely absorbed in doing this. I was sat for hours and hours. As you can tell, it's night time and I really worked into the evening. I lost the hours because I was so absorbed. So although it is fiddly and although it does take quite a lot of strength to put it together, actually I found it really enjoyable. I am the type of person that enjoys building things. I like making things. So if you're into things like that, then you'll probably enjoy it too. But as I say, some of the parts are very small and very fiddly. So I worked on this for hours more and got to the point where I'd made a slightly bigger structure, which looks like this, and it's got a little motor in it, although that's not attached to anything yet. You can see some cogs which do actually spin. I only know that because I started spinning them with my fingers. And this is a pile of rubbish that I daren't put in the bin because I'm worried there's a small part that I need to keep in there. So let me know if you would like to see any videos with updates on how this is going. If not, thank you ever so much just for watching this video. And if you're new to my channel, I tend to do my videos about miniature makes for my Tudor Dolls house, and I try to post one each week. So if you're interested in that, please do have a look at my previous ones and hit subscribe. But if not, thank you for watching and have a lovely day.